Good evening, and thank you for staying away, staying so late. I realize if you want to have a right time of dinner and sleep happily and work for next day energy, Bangalore has to start back at 6:30, and we are almost at 8 o'clock now. Yeah. So thank you for staying back. And I was wondering, so I was sitting in the lobby below, and I met lots of youngsters. They had come and they say, "Sir, magar abhi mere ko Uber pakadna padega, bus pakadna padega. I have to leave." And I say, "You are all a Gen Z. Gen Z is I'm learning." So I say, "You guys are very fast." So मैंने जाते जाते बता दिया कि यही मैं कुछ बोलने वाला हूँ. उसके बाद आइडे को बोलूँगा कि थोड़ा रील ज़्यादा बना देना मेरा वाला. So they will understand what we talk about it, because they are people who see movie with the 2x, which I still wonder, 4x, yeah, and they understand as good like me. So that is another generation, and so by looking at the few reels of few seconds of IDEC, they will understand कि ये Mr. Patel ने क्या बातें की है. So that's okay. So thank you for that. So make some beautiful reels, IDEC guys. That's the way of living it. I was wondering about कि क्या बोले, no, like so IDEC से भैया लास्ट में आप हो, उसके बाद सबको खाने का मन होगा, and आपको माइक पकड़ा दिया तो आप बोलते ही बोलते रहेंगे. तो make sure you don't speak too much, because you have large portfolio about things. So we understand that you want to talk about things and you want to share with your colleague and friend. Make sure you don't say too much of it. So then I was wondering what to do that. And I'm not here to really showcase the kind of work, but I'm here to ignite people, especially the youngsters, to do kind of thing what I have learned. I'm running 60 now. So I still remember that I was, अच्छा 20 मिनट में मेरे को बता देना कि 20 मिनट हो गया. So then I will wrap up in another 5 minutes, and we can have a lovely chat or dinner or question answer, whatever. So yeah, so in 1987 I used to bicycle in Bangalore. And I used to bicycle around the Alshur Lake, and I was thinking such a lovely गांव है Bangalore का, कोई यहाँ पे मकान नहीं बनाता है. Now it's in the middle of the city. So anyway, I always wonder about the quality of architects, and Silpa saw that husband and wife doing practice. I can't imagine, because घर पे झगड़ा कितना होता होगा, I can imagine. वो अच्छा उससे तो आप बात कर रहे थे, वो पैसा ही नहीं दे रहा है, and you are talking to him. No, I can imagine that kind of dialogue happening at the dining table. और पैसा is the biggest problem for all architects. ये बंदा है, उसको आता है, अपने बियर वाले भैया, he knows how to make money, but most of the people like me, they don't know how to make money. And I always say we are Gandhian because we don't love money. That's a fact. We don't like money, but we need money, because I want to fly business class to see Tata Vando's building. तो क्या होता है, टॉस टाइम वालों को बोलेंगे यार मेरे को स्पॉन्सर करना, मैं 2-4 विंडो आपकी डालूंगा. मेरा इंटेंशन टॉस्टन देखना नहीं है, मुझे टाटा वंडो की बिल्डिंग देखना है. इट्स अ सैड पार्ट. we have become so cheap, no? और टॉस्टन वाला घुमाएगा सॉरी गाय कि ये विंडो, अरे भाई मालूम है मेरे को यार, आई ऑलरेडी नो. मैं तो टाटा वंडो, मेरे को छोड़ो आधे दिन में आपकी फैक्ट्री से मैं जाऊँगा केंगो कुमा का बिल्डिंग देखने. उसके लिए मैं जापान आया हूँ, नहीं आपकी फैक्ट्री देखने. आपकी फैक्ट्री तो एल्यूमिनियम विंडो देख के समझ में आ गई है. एनीवे, so the problem comes to money. We are Gandhian, but we are not like school teacher जिसके पास थैला है और घूम रहे हैं पूरी लाइफ जीली with dignity. We are not like that. We don't want money. We don't need money. I mean, we need money, but we don't like money. Because so that's the problem. So that's what happens. So I always say never give your finance to your wife, नहीं तो घर पे और झगड़ा. So I mean, in my office we have an accountant who handles the things. But then I was wondering what the quality we have and we are not utilizing it. And I realized the सबसे अच्छी चीज़ हमारे पास है, that's honesty. We all designers are so honest. And why are we not using that honesty to leverage our financial growth? And then, if you become PMC, for example, you can be most respected PMC, most respectful and honest PMC for your client. So then why don't you, we started getting kind of inquiry when we were designing. People say, Mr. Patel, आप
ये डिज़ाइन हमको करना है, जिससे भी कराना करा लो, आप खुद करेंगे तो कर लो. वी वॉन्ट दिस बिल्डिंग बाय डिज़ाइन बाय यू. डजेंट मैटर इफ यू डिज़ाइन एंड बिल्ड बाय योर सेल्फ. वी आर मोस्ट हैप्पी बिकॉज आप कुछ ब्लफिंग नहीं करेंगे. यू आर ऑनेस्ट पीपल, सो वी विल नॉट doubt. We'll have 110% trust on you. And I say, wow, that's something unbelievable. That if you design and build by yourself, I think your financial growth can go next level. मेरे भैया builders है, मुझे मालूम है. My two elder brothers are my real brothers, are one of the biggest developer of Ahmedabad. They are the only guys, they pay me full fees. बाकी तो मैं बिल्डिंग बनाता रहता हूँ. वो 4th फ्लोर पे पहुंचा, लगता है कि आज तो उसको फी मांग के रहूँगा. हिम्मत नहीं आती है पहले तो. फिर उसमें 2 फ्लोर और बढ़ गए. अभी 10th स्टोरी में तो बिल्डिंग खत्म होने वाला है. 6th फ्लोर पे पहुंच गए. आज तो मैं फ़ोन लगाता हूँ. तो हमारे ज़माने में तो मोबाइल नहीं था, बट नाउ यू डू विथ मोबाइल. एंड द बिल्डर्स डेवलपर्स आर द फाइनेस्ट क्रीचर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. जैसे फ़ोन किया, बोलता है सर मार्केट डाउन है, कुछ बिक नहीं रहा है, वी आर स्ट्रगलिंग. आपकी फी गई, वापस 2 मंजिले और बन जाएंगे, 2 more floor will come up and you will end up with getting your 25% of your fees and building is done. उसके बाद आपको वो बिल्डिंग से इतना प्रेम हो जाता है कि आप सेबेस्टियन या विनय पंजवानी को बुलाएंगे. वो 2 लाख रुपया फोटोग्राफी का पैसा आपसे, आपकी जेब से जाएगा. क्यों? इंस्टाग्राम में डालना है. That's a madness. Anyway, I really love from Silpa's, was that ChatGPT presentation? Wow. O3 or the 4 one, what was? I just type and I put on my Instagram, and my son from US said, Dad, don't write like this. I say, why? It's ChatGPT. आपने जो लिखा समझ में आता है, कैसे डाला है नो. मैंने बोला कैसे समझ, वो इन्वर्टेड कोमा तो डिलीट करना पड़ता है नो, ट्रू साइड वाला. I said, my God. He said, be what you are. Anyway, so okay. So I'm coming back to the subject. I already talked too much on this. So we were wondering, and my daughter came from, she was studying in London, and she came back and she said, why can't Chachu does make buildings like this? My brothers are developer. I said, bhai, unka ek business plan hota hai. As an architect, I design for them, and I deliver them. If I have to build myself, I can do something else, but that's not their way of working. That's how we just thought, and we end up doing one project called Monkey Forest, which is, we say, designed, built, and maintained by us. So that's Monkey Forest. I have to wear here. भैया मैं next बोलता हूँ, आप next check करो ना. That's most easy. Yeah. Next. Third button. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Monkey Forest is a project of weekend homes. After pandemic, people just realized that coming back to the nature. And पूरी जिंदगी मेरी खत्म होने आ गई. 11th standard में I went to Auroville. I really wanted to become a part of Auroville. Unfortunately, पौंडीचेरी आश्रम में मेरे को एडमिशन नहीं दिया, नहीं तो मैं साधु बन गया होगा. मोना डॉक्टर के साथ घूमता होता. Anyway, so Mona is a very dear friend. She lives in Pondicherry, you know. So there is always affection towards Auroville. And when we make this project, we thought we want to bring little Auroville in our community. We are done, right? So we thought it was like 80,000 square meter plot was there. Somebody saw that land, and somehow we end up buying it. My God. As an architect, it happened that we fall in love with that project. आधा बना था, किसी ने एक बंगलो बनाया था, and there was a little lake was there. Apurva Amin is an architect, very good architect from Ahmedabad. उसने एक घर बनाया था 5,000 square yard का plot में. And we end up buying that 80,000. It was jugaad, but we can do the jugaad in the time, or you can take the risk when the market is good. Now गुज्जू language I'm बोल रहा हूँ. तो अभी we are in absolutely good time. One can take actually risk. If you design and build, your financial growth can become, आपकी पूरी जिंदगी का एक ही प्रोजेक्ट कमा सकता है. I have seen, because my brothers are developer, I know in and out about that. Total Environment, we already know the story of Total Environment, कि उसका खुद का फ्लैट नहीं मिला तो उन्होंने खुद का फ्लैट बनाने के प्रोजेक्ट कर दिया, उसमें से you know where they have reached. So, but we are not that kind of people. So we can't take a loan from the bank, वगैरह, but abhi it's a good time to start. So maybe you start with one small house, you buy the 1 acre or half an acre, 25 or 45 kilometers away from Bangalore, make a fantastic farmhouse, I'm sure half of the Bangalore wants to buy that house. And then you earn out of that. You buy another chunk of land and keep doing. You can do that because then you become almost like an artist because you don't have to answer to anyone. You are yourself your client. You can just do whatever the way you want to do. So now I will quickly run through this project. So that's, yeah. So why monkey forest? So we believe in the lots of things in the mind, since you're learning from, I was studying in Switzerland and so many things, lots of desires और इतना grudges अंदर इतना वो रेग होता है कि नहीं ये बिल्डर ने किया नहीं ये मुझे करना था so much inside. So if you do by yourself, definitely you can do that. So that's how monkey forest happened. I'm telling you, it was a huge. 5 people says, "Oh, Mr. Patel, if you're doing, I'm there. I want to buy. I want." So मैंने सोचा यार ये तो अच्छी बात है कर लेते हैं और and it was in crores and crores of rupees, that land. I mean, we all know Bangalore knows more than that. We sign up. After week तो धड़ाधड़ फोन पे फोन. अच्छा ये हफ्ता आपका आएगा. एक week के बाद आपको इतने पैसे देने. I say my God. And those 5 people I call. अभी है नहीं we know. And then it was nightmare. I'm telling you, out of 5 people, 2 people stick to the project. 4 people stick to the project. One lady, he invests a huge amount of the funds. She say, I love your work and I'm going to put, because I have sold my land somewhere else, I really want to buy my house here and kind of thing. We trusted her, but she exited because of her personal reason, and we had nightmares. So it was nightmare. So jumping into the real estate is a bit risk factor. For me, I have my brothers, so I have backup my plan. कि अगर मेरे से नहीं हो पाया 5-6 महीने में, I can deliver to my brother. One of the biggest and such a low profile people, it's a peanut for them. So that was my part of planning. So I could take a risk of 80 villas project, but I'm not saying you do that. You can start with one small house, but idea is design and build is a good idea. So that's the overall, this building was there, which was house. And this structure was there, because one structure was there. And then we replan with a smaller the plot, because we realized that if you make a smaller plot, it's easy to sell. So that's what we did. And then that house, which was half done, we took 1 year to break the walls, because वो अपूर्व अमीन ने किया उसका घर को मैं कैसे तोड़ सकता हूँ? No, you respect your architect, dear friend. But then we wanted to convert to the restaurant. So there was thoughts process, but then eventually, I'm sure Apurva is going to love what we did from house to the restaurant. But anyway, so it's about slow living. It's about community living. It's about forest. Now forest को तो हमने इतना cheap word बना दिया है, no? Like, forest, you know what is forest. Bangalore, at least we see the big trees also. In Ahmedabad, तो इतने पतले like fashion model जितने trees होते पतले, and you say it's a forest. And the Miyawaki is another world, which is so yeah. Anyway, but that's a trend. So you just have to fall and try to keep learning and move forward. So about slow living was an idea, and whatever we believe, we thought we'll plug in everything. So here in Monkey Forest, we say that, yeah, so that Apurva's building is there. वो एक ego तो होता है ना अपना कि मेरा खुद बनाऊंगा, अपूर्वा का तो थोड़ा चलेगा. So then we added the glass box over there, because we thought you can see the kingfisher diving in the lake and everything, sitting in the beautiful glass cube and watching with the binocular, and you have B&O or Bose speakers with your own liking music. And that was the idea. So we just thought we'll create something beautiful glass box within the same structure. Okay, so then what happened? So we are the designer, we are the developer, we say without Excel sheet. Because we don't know, we fall in love. So we thought, gate banana hai to it has to be a piece of an art. And this is fantastic artwork that's been done by the artist called Mayur. He's a graphic designer, and he did, and our carpenter took maybe 1 month with CNC machine to get this finish. Now Excel sheet में नहीं डाला है, नहीं तो आता ही नहीं, मेरा भैया तो कभी नहीं करता, no, because but that's where as a designer you can produce something, because you can't do mediocre product. We took almost a year to get this kind of stonework. So that's where you can buy the time because you yourself are the developer. So that's the 80,000 square meter land with something here. We started and you will not believe that we were the highest price in the people because we say अभी हम सच बोलते थे ना कि हमको हमारा डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगा वो 1200 रुपये स्क्वायर यार्ड नहीं होता है हमारा तो 3000 क्रॉस करेगा तो इफ़ यू बिलीव प्लीज पे अस मोर बिकॉज इट इज़ गोइंग टू कॉस्ट अल्टीमेटली फॉर यू. People trusted because they believe your simplicity, people believe your honesty. That's how touch wood. We had a very good response even though we had a little nightmare in the beginning. It really did start happening. And that's like a sense of arrival where the approval structure was there and we added some kind of little extra spaces and we called Carlos Carpa courtyard. So that's the Carlos Carpa courtyard. So we added one structure because Apurva's house was there. We are making Netflix launch and there's a deck over here. And somehow we figure out there was the courtyard happened because we just wanted to give one kind of sense of arrival. So that's become huge sense of arrival. Then you walk to this and walk over there. And I was with, again, sponsor wala. I was sponsor and I went to Venice. Cheap way of going and exploring. Sorry for that. But I was with Arjun Malik and Studio Lotus and Bangalore ke apne Sandeep Khosla, and we were absolutely had such a lovely trip together, being like a student, even though they are much more bigger than me, much more talented than me, I would say. We were all become like a student, and Sandeep said, Hiren, ye bhi cover karna hai, and we were rushing like a kids, and he said, there's a house designed by Carlos Carpa in Venice, which is a beautiful courtyard garden they have with a water channel. And that I was just back. And हमने Google से दोनों image को measure किया. And by incident it happened, this dimensions was exactly the one which was there. So I said, अभी copy मारो सीधा. सीधा straight, I have nothing doing. Let's credit दे देंगे. अभी आज तो मेरा वो मैंने 4 साल काम किया, मैं फोटो लोड करता हूँ और वो स्टाइलिश 2 घंटे के लिए आई है और उसको मैंने क्रेडिट नहीं दिया तो मर गए. वो लिख पर एवरीबडी व्हाट आर यू सेइंग, यू आर नॉट गिविंग क्रेडिट टू. अरे यार उसने यार एक वार्डरोब के आगे कुछ एक स्कार्फ लटका है, वो स्कार्फ भी नहीं है, वो साड़ी से निकाल के उसको ऐसे दिया है. उसके आगे दो कप रखे हैं, वो भी अपने हिरेन पटेल के वहाँ से लाए हैं क्योंकि वो क्लाइंट के पास तो वो गुड अर्थ के कप होते नहीं हैं, और उसने रखा. और मैंने यार 4 साल काम किया, उसका मैंने फ़ोटो लिया है और मैंने गलती से वो लड़की का नाम मैं भूल गया जिसको मैंने 25,000 दिया है एक दिन 2 घंटे के लिए आने के लिए, एंड मैं क्रेडिट नहीं दिया. तो आज तो क्रेडिट का ज़माना आ गया ना. मैं आई रियली सैल्यूट माई कारपेंटर पेंटर. अभी तो ऐसा ही आएगा भैया, मेरा भी तो पूरा लिस्ट आने वाला है ना. सो ऐसे हम क्रेडिट दे देंगे. Carlos Carpa code is wrong, let's copy and the credit. So we started calling Carlos Carpa courtyard, and now people are wondering who's Carlos Carpa. So we are giving education to our client. Another selling USP for the real estate, no? So we exactly did the same length. ऐसे करके ऐसे आप देखेंगे, you can Google both the images and you can see. But हमारी style का Carlos Carpa का water body, that's fine. But we see we still believe in the design quality. So idea was that to bring that essence of listening of waterfall or water sound in Ahmedabad versus Venice. So it's a learning. It's a good. People जिसने नहीं देखा उसके लिए it's an experience. किसी ने देखा, he will say he didn't try to copy, but it's a poor copy. That's okay. That's how you keep learning and move forward. So that's a Carlos Carpa courtyard. So that's how we visualize the whole thing, and it has actually happened like that also. And then we started doing event, and we thought we'll start doing monkey forest experience, and we started doing little workshop, and people start loving that thing also. And that was a visualization of the glass tube from where you can actually see the beautiful lake over there. And you will not believe in 2.5 years, see, and this is black cotton soil. And that is not Bangalore. Bangalore, I mean, I was on the way full of blossom of the gulmohar flowers and everything, you know. And that is very poor in terms of, it's a rice kind of, you can only grow the rice over there. But we try to do with the things, with the environmentalists getting roped in to get the work. In 2.5 years, I think greenery has really happened quite nice. And that's a 3D visualization by somebody called Asis. He's from some architect who lives in Goa and keeps doing beautiful renders for us. बंदा 35,000 लेता है एक image का. Oh my God. And with his own terms. That's something. Okay. Must be Gen Z. I don't. And that's the reality. So see, we as a designers, now we create render and then you don't want to make any, not like developer, आपको वो achieve करना है. Because you believe in the truth, आप झूठ नहीं बोल सकते. So we tried to work and finally, eventually we could get that. The beautiful, lens by the Radhika, and we call this Seeds of Wisdom, the library, on slow living. So we started doing lots of collection of the good books about, which हमारी office की library में इतनी अच्छी book we have just kept there. Yes, you believe in good music and kind of thing. तो मेरे बड़े भैया आके बोलते हैं कि भैया कमाने वाले के छोड़ के जाने वाले. Because he keeps wondering how can you can afford to do spend like this. Or we have the moon lamp by David Grope. तो वो बोलते हैं कि 5,000 का ऑयल में मिलता है और ये 8.5 का लगाया है, समझ में नहीं आता है. बट दैट्स डेविड ग्रोपे. मज़ा आ गया क्योंकि डेविड ग्रोपे ने उसको रीपोस्ट किया, हमारा ईगो सेटिस्फाई हो गया. बट देन यू स्पेंड 8 लाख रुपीज़ फॉर रीपोस्ट ऑफ डेविड ग्रोपे एंड यू थिंक वो हमको ही मालूम है, हमारे कोई मेंबर को तो मालूम भी नहीं है. बट इवेंचुअली पीपल स्टार्ट लविंग दैट लैम्प. सी इट्स बिकॉज यू बिलीव दैट क्वालिटी मैटर्स अ लॉट. सो दैट्स एन आइडिया. यस यू डू इट बिकॉज वी आर इन गुड टाइम. अगर it's not good time, it's a risk factor. Anyway. Yeah, how much time? Time's up, so another 5 minutes I will wrap up. Yeah. Guys, yeah? Okay, chalo, I will. So that's the waterfall, and we literally sit there, do the sketching kind of thing, and that's how it's happening. And we realize there are 35 species of birds started coming during construction. Unbelievable. That's the learning. And we told our client कि 7:30 बजे ये society में light off हो जाएगी. And everybody has agreed upon that. So that's what is happening because that's your own project. It's a slow feeding to the clients, but it's happening. So that's how the beautiful evening looks. And you see the lamp, the building, and you sit over here. Absolutely, you're getting that calmness into, and we really require it. We understood in the pandemic time again, but we have come back to the madness of rushing. I don't know. अभी मैं तो ब्रेक लगाऊंगा तो मैं तो रेलवे लेके घूम रहा हूँ. मेरी तो ब्रेक लगेगी तो भी 5 साल लगने वाले हैं. You carry so much of extra commitment, I would say. So yeah, and that's the visualization of the Apurva Ami's house, which we are converting into the restaurant. So then that was the structure, and we again added to get little character. With the language of that, so it doesn't become out of place as a building. Again, respecting the Apurva's beautiful house, which was designed by him, we are converting in the restaurant. So we added this few structure and the kitchen in that part. Yeah. So that's how now you enter. And that's a beautiful sculpture designed by Anushri, my daughter. She keeps working with this. It's a Airavat elephant. It's auspicious. It brings a good luck. You need a good luck for such kind of risky project. So we have kept that. And it's a elephant with a 7 trunk coming from the cloud. That's how it's symbolized. And that's from inside. Indoor space, courtyard space of the restaurant. Little board game, little shop. And we are also building a small hydrotherapy spa. So basically, entire scheme has very few things, but very good things. So it's not nothing which is visual pollution. So we don't have gym. Nobody in the farmhouse scheme comes for gym. They walk and they want to relax. So we say water will be good, reading books will be good, watching movie will be good, eating good food will be good, and that's how the way of living. If you want to exercise, you just walk in entire society. You don't need to go in gym in such kind of. So we are not purposefully, we have not made any gym or any indoor game or outdoor game. So that's a visualization of the hydrotherapy spa. That is how it's under making it. These are the houses. We started building it up. So that's the one with the ramp, and finally we are going to make our own house because nobody's getting ready with the ramp. So architect ki khud, so that's a house we are making a sample house with the ramp going up. Yeah, and every house will have a studio. So that's the idea. It's a community living. So we say every house will have a studio. So you come back to your hobby and just imagine there are 70 houses with everybody is working with their hobby. I say in the middle of night you are painting because you love it, and then you are just walking out and you see somebody is gazing the stars, and you know, oh, that guy has a liking of hobby of stargazing, and then you are again sitting and you listen some little drumstick tuck tuck tuck, and you know somebody there is this maybe musician in my community. That's what we want to building it up. So we are doing that, and we say yeah. So then we started doing workshop, and some pictures about, I keep teaching people how to do watercolors, and it's fun. I mean, it's absolutely, people are loving this kind of thing. Yeah, thank you so much.